U.S. President Barack Obama has announced a shake-up in his foreign policy team. Susan Rice will replace Tom Donilon as the White House National Security Advisor.
Trusted advisor during my first campaign for president. She helped to build my foreign policy team and lead our diplomacy at the United Nations in my first term. I am absolutely thrilled that she'll be back at my side leading my national security team in my second term.
We have much still to accomplish on behalf of the American people, and I look forward to continuing to serve on your national security team to keep our nation strong and safe.
Now, Barry Pavel is the director of the Scowcroft Center on International Security, and he joins me from Washington. Barry, thank you very much for being with us today. Now, Susan Rice, she was a major advocate for Libya intervention, or intervention into Libya to topple Muammar Gaddafi. What about Syria? Are we about to see a change in the U.S. stance in terms of Syria, and are we about to see American boots on Syrian soil?
Wow. Well, I think we are likely to see a change, but I think we've been moving towards this change over the last several weeks. That change, in my view, is a decision to arm vetted rebel groups. I see no possibility whatsoever of U.S. military boots on Syrian soil. And I think you're right. Susan is known as being an interventionist. She's very activist. I think you'll see a less cautious approach to the role of the United States in the world.
Now, in her acceptance of the office, she says, and I quote, her priorities would be to advance our global leadership and promote the values Americans hold dear. It sounds very hawkish for a security advisor.
Well, I think I saw a quote today somewhere that someone called her a hard-headed liberal interventionist, which I think means that you're right. She is an advocate. She feels that there are sort of moral responsibilities to protect humanitarian disasters, or to deal with humanitarian disasters where they might occur. I do think she's less risk-prone. I don't think she's sort of going to be sort of willy-nilly using U.S. military forces or recommending the use of U.S. military forces to President Obama, but I think it will be a change, and I think, as I said, you'll see a more activist, less cautious, less risk-averse approach to the United States' role in the world.
That's very
on the
interesting.
things that she advises President Obama on.
Well, it's very interesting in the way you've described her. You say she's interventionist, but at the same time she's driven by morals. How do you see her perhaps changing foreign policy, Washington's foreign policy on a global scale?
Well, no single advisor to a president, usually makes such changes, but you've seen some changes from Secretary Kerry coming in. There were some issues and some style issues that he sort of brought to his position. And I think similarly, you'll have someone very close to the president, and she is very close to the president, has been for a long time. He said she's very trusted, and he's thrilled to have her back at his side. I think you will see some notable changes, hard to predict exactly where, but from her influence, from her being sort of the last person in the room when he's making some of these tough decisions.
Barry Pavel, thank you very much for speaking with us. Barry Pavel, the director of the Scowcroft Center on International Security from Washington.